let's do the actual math lah. We take a mid-range unit in Berlayar.
See whether how much you need to at least break even for that.
Needs to fork out a whopping, seriously a whopping. Welcome back everyone to the Property Report. Today we're diving into Singapore's latest and most hyped BTO, Berlayar Residences, part of the Greater Southern Waterfront.
Yes, and this is not your typical BTO. It's on the former Keppel Club site. Only 880 units. Okay, so it's right beside Trafalgar MRT. Location wise, it doesn't get really much better than this. This is one of the betters.
Yeah.
Betterless already.
As good as it gets. So with great locations comes great restrictions. Right? So Berlayar Residences is a prime location public housing project. Right? So what it comes with 10-year MOP.
Yes, that's right.
14%.
Yeah, this is the big one. Yeah,
14% subsidy clawback. Highest ever so far.
So it's even higher than Mount Pleasant's 12%. Okay, so today's debate, right, is Berlayar a dream home for life or is a trap for your CPF?
Okay, so let's have a look at the whole thing in overall.
Okay, so Berlayar offers 2, 3, and 4 bedroom flats. Or 4 room flats, sorry. Yeah, okay. So it's priced between 280,000 to 788,000 before any grants.
So specifically, so they have 2-room flexi, right? 218,000 to 369,000. Their 3-room flats is 420,000 to 562,000. Their 4-room flats range from 578,000 to 788,000.
788. Yeah, the price is what? Actually quite decent.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mount Pleasant is similar, but it's a bigger development. So Mount Pleasant has 1,350 units. Okay, so Berlayar feels a bit more exclusive .
Yeah, so I mean in terms of lifestyle, this one different, right? So you know, you are literally next to the water, you're gonna expect coastal park connector. Nowadays park connector not enough, must be coastal park connector, no?
You are relating yourself with all the reflection,
association, no?
That's all the very atas things over there.
So there's also gonna be greenery, connections to Harbourfront, Vivo City, Sentosa, it's all within walking distance.
But of course, the prime classification brings along restrictions. Okay, so there's no full rental even when you MOP. There is only room rental you can rent out. Okay, and then you got 10 years of MOP.
Yeah,
10 years.
So I mean, if we look at it, so before we go further, let's recap what the government say
okay.
Our prime, plus and standard framework is.
Okay, so BTO right now has a 3-tier system. Okay, the prime, plus, and the standard.
So the prime is usually in the city center, right? So you know, like basically now the Berlayar, right, city center, you know, high connectivity, but it has a 10-year, 10, right? Subsidy clawbacks, right? This one 40%, and then Mount Pleasant as well, right? And then they are also again not allowed to rent out their whole flat after the MOP. They can only rent out the rooms.
Yes, and the next one is actually the plus. It's the mid-tier. Usually is near the MRT nodes. Okay, 10 years MOP, subsidy clawback as the same thing, but the first is it's lesser than the prime.
Correct.
Okay, and then same thing. You cannot rent out the whole room, or you cannot rent out the whole flat. You can only rent out the rooms. Okay, and also note that the prime and plus, right? Okay, both have the household income ceiling when it comes to resale, even for resale.
Yeah. So how much is that?
So right now it's 14,000.
So 14,000. So basically, even if in future the price go down, right? You know, the 14,000, if it remains, if they keep the 40,000 in future, you also get affected
as long as our income ceiling don't go up.
Yeah.
I think you'll follow the BTO income ceiling.
Hopefully, you know, in our previous video, we just had this discussion, right? the minister are looking into revising the income.
What's your previous video like it? Here, right? Okay.
Okay, last but not least, they also have their standard, right, which is your traditional BTO, you know, your whatever we have now, 5 years FOP, and also you can rent out the full flat, you know, whole flat rental after your FOP.
So the main thing for Plus and Prime, right, is to maintain affordability in the prime area, the premium areas, but they want to limit any investor flexibility that they won't come in.
Yeah, I mean, so basically this is very much in line with the government's objective, right? You know, they want to give you the affordable prime location housing, but they also don't want you to make a killing out of it.
Yeah, so you have to claw back 14%. Yeah.
Okay, so where is this place? Berlayar, new name, right? Nobody here before.
What does Berlayar mean?
Berlayar means sail. It's a Malay.
Malay word to sail, or is a journey, or something that you find out yourself.
Keep underneath, So this new Berlayar estate sits within the Greater Southern Waterfront. You know, they've been talking about this forever, right?
It's finally happening.
It's finally happening. So the Greater Southern Waterfront Master Plan, which is basically one of the most major urban transformation.
Yes. So this site is actually the former Capital Cup that is already cleared out already.
Yes.
Right now we go and see it's actually at they cleared out the whole thing. Okay, and it's right next to it's right next to Toro Pranda MRT. Is the Circle Line. Okay, and it's minutes to Waterfront, Vivo City, and of course CBD area.
Yeah, don't move Sentosa also,
Sentosa also
can walk there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the very first public housing launch on the southern coastline. So you get what? First mover advantage. Yes. So we've got parks, you know, waterfront promenade, sea facing view, you know.
So the whatever is like the coastal facing, you get the full impact of it. Okay. So the area is designed to be green and car light. So basically, with park connectors linking to the southern regions of the place, and then of course you can link yourself up to the Mount Faber.
Right. So it's a very central location, very lifestyle.
Yeah, the dailies for the lifestyle they have. Yeah, family a lot on the lifestyle.
Yeah. It's basically very HDB friendly.
Yes.
So let's have a look and compare. Right. Here they're launching Berlayar as well as Mount Pleasant together, right?
Yeah.
So Berlayar has 880 units.
Mount Pleasant has 1,350.
Right, so Berlayar is in Toranga, also in Greater Southern Waterfront.
Mount Pleasant is at Toa Payoh area.
Price for 4-room flat, you just take a 4-room and compare, 578,000 to 788,000 for Berlayar.
Mount Pleasant is 558 to 787.
Subsidy clawback for Berlayar, 14%.
Mount Pleasant is 12%.
So both also have 10-year MOP.
10 years.
Other than the same. And then rental per king is going to be the same, they only can rent rooms. So overall, when you look at these two comparisons, Berlayar is a smaller, more exclusive, because now anyways, actually Mount Pleasant also fight, this also first. And this one has higher subsidies.
Yeah, if you look at it, actually the location wise, right, Berlayar is actually much more central than Mount Pleasant.
Correct.
But actually, you look at the price, it's almost the same.
Yeah. Actually it's only 10,000 over difference.
Yeah. So come the way is like the government giving more subsidy on that. Yeah. Okay. So the 14,000, the 14% clawback signals that HDB, right, expect a faster appreciation of Berlayar compared to Mount Pleasant.
Correct. So I mean that's why they put up the higher subsidy clawback one. It's just 10,000 more only like.
Yeah. Also, we need to know the number of whether how much we even, right? You get it, right?
Yeah. So if you look at pure affordability of Berlayar, okay, let's do the actual math. We take a mid-range unit in Berlayar, 4-room flat. We will price it at 650,000, right? So mid-range 4-room flat. So our HDB loan at 75% will be 487,500. 25-year-old tenure, 2.6% interest. So your down payment, which is your CPF, can be paid from CPF or cash,
Yes.
will be 162,500, which is 25%. Your monthly repayment is going to be about 2,210 based on 2.6% interest.
2.6% is the HDB loan.
Yes, so which will basically require your household income eligibility to be about 7,400. So based on 30% MSR, which is far below your 14,000 income ceiling.
So it's very affordable in terms of the income bracket. So that's easy to reach lah. Okay. So in a way, but the 10-year MOP, right, and the restriction of low full rental in the future, right, you actually cap your capital appreciation or keep your capital locked up.
Correct. So I mean, for now, since we are on this slide, let's talk about resale, right? Okay. So with the assume we buy at 650,000, right? So let's count our break-even price we set. $650,000 we purchase, subsidy clawback 14% will be $91,000. All right, plus agent fee, legal fee, 15,000, which is 2%.
Yeah.
Your break-even price is approximately $756,000.
That means that you need to sell 756,000 to get back 650,000.
Correct.
Okay? You haven't count any loan interest or this thing.
Never count.
Just the pure numbers only.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pure break even. Then if you want to go in deeper, right, there's too many calculation to do. Okay, so this is the most simple formula that we are coming up with, right, to see whether how much you need to at least break even for that. Okay, so let's look at hypothetical situation in the future lah.
Yeah.
Okay, assuming you sell your phone track in Berlayar at the price of Dawson today.
Yeah, today,
Today, Dawson price right now, the sales price is about 1.4 million. Okay, so if you sell 1.4 million, your subsidy callback, right, of 14% is 196,000.
correct.
Okay, and then of course agent fee will be 28,000. So the net proceeds is $1.176 million. Okay, so your profit is actually $526,000.
So this is before CTF, so we better to factor in because as it is, it's very hard to calculate how much CPF you use,
Yes.
and then basically you put in back.
Yeah. So this is like purely, maybe you're just using whatever, it's just cash money, pure numbers.
So you basically instead of 1.4 million, you profit 526,000, which is fantastic.
So whether in the future, if the income ceiling is there, right, whether is it, how hard is it to sell?
Right. So let's look at the potential buyer affordability based on the $14,000 combined household income which they implement today. All right. The combined household income of 14,000 today, maximum loan based on 30% MSR today, a maximum loan is $791,150. Maximum purchase price will be 100.055 million, and your down payment required will be $26,750. Right? And again, this has been factored in the buyer's stamp duty. So, in the event that this buyer decides to buy your flat in future at today's Dawson price of 1.4 million, I tell you this is just a very, very round number. We will be around disclaimer, we don't know how much it will go up to. So we just base it off today, 1.4 million.
Imagine 10 years later you reach this price.
Yeah. So purchase price 1.4 million, loan required 75% will be 1.05 million. However, the buyer's loan is only 791,000.
So the whatever is outstanding, they need to come up with their own money.
Yes.
They cannot take a loan.
Correct.
Yeah.
Loan more money.
Yeah.
So there's a loan shortfall which is about 258,850. Add on the 25% of the 1.4 million, 350,000. Add on buyer's stamp duty, 4%, 40,600. The total cash and CPF required to buy your flat next Clawback 1.4 million is just under 650,000.
So the buyer need to have this amount of cash or CPF, right, to be able to afford the property like that, given the income ceiling.
Correct. So now we look at slightly something different. Alright, so now we say if we sell Dawson 1.4 million, let's assume Dawson will stay tenant, right? Alright, so let's assume Dawson goes up by 4%, and then we use as a gauge. Right?
Okay, so let's assume Dawson grows at 4% per annum, and we use their future price, right, as a guide of Berlayar, okay, and also assume the same buyer were to purchase a flat, the future, that means you 1.4 already, then the next buyer come in, then you buy the Berlayar again.
Correct. So I mean, it's the same buyer. Also, we assume this is under a very big assumption that Dawson grow by 4%.
Yes.
And then when Berlayar comes up, clear their 10-year MOP, they want to sell same price as Dawson.
Yes. Okay. So you will have to sell about 2.07 million. Okay, that will be based on if Dawson continue to rise, and then you want to sell at Dawson price. Okay. That means that your loan required, okay, is going to be 1.552 million.
So that's assuming 75% loan.
But you cannot get that because your maximum income is going to be 40,000. So your max loan for that buyer, right, is going to only be 791,150. Okay, so that means the shortfall is going to be there. So the loan shortfall is already 761,000 already there. The loan shortfall alone there.
Almost your loan amount already.
Yeah. So to make it worse, your down payment is going to minimum be 25%. So it's 517,000. Okay. So buyer stamp duty is going to be 73,100. Okay, so you add all the square together, right? The loan shortfall add together with the down payment, add together with the stamp duty, you need to come up with 1.35 million, $1,950.
So I mean, this is in the event Berlayar hits 2.07 million. This is again the assumption. Let's put it, ladies and gentlemen, let's put it in perspective. The buyer to buy your flat at 2.07 million needs to fork out a whopping, seriously, a whopping 1.3 million in cash and CPF just to buy your flat. And that is most definitely going to affect the buyer's attitude towards the resale flat or buyer.
Well, if you got 1.3 million, would you buy a HDB?
1.3 million cash and CPF, I think I will go somewhere else. You'll be hard for me.
For me, I will go buy a most likely go for a condo. Yeah. So, but of course, when we put it that way, okay, Berlayar is really for long-term own stay. Okay, it's not for speculation.
Very in line with what the government wants.
Yes, that is not the government one. They want is keep affordability at the premium area.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So is Berlayar worth it, right? Of course, if you are buying for lifestyle, yes, it's definitely going to be a good one. Okay, you got coastal view, park connectors, and then of course the city fringe, the present.
Yeah, correct. So, but the thing is, if you are buying to with a little bit of investment mindset right? Maybe not so much that 10-year MOP plus after MOP, even if you got money you cannot rent out your whole unit like now the current one, a lot of the owners what they do the Dawson the MOP they got money they rent out their whole Dawson 4,000 plus $5,000. Alright, then they gonna buy second one Now this one cannot full unit rental. Plus some more still got 14% subsidy clawback.
Yes.
Wow, shit.
So you're going to sell also not here, not there. You cannot rent. You sell your clawback. So it's like you stay continue to stay.
Yeah.
If you are moving for real reason, then of course you will move for real young reason Okay. And then still HDB is doing the right thing. They are going to keep the prime area accessible while they are curbing speculation.
That's exactly what they want to do, right? And for the families, we want to live near the sea and the city. This one, affordable housing, I really don't think there's anything in comparison. Nothing. This is an extremely rare opportunity.
So I feel that Berlayar is going to be one of the first bracket of the new era of property housing.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where we really feel that okay, this is actually luxury, but I'm buying it at a decent price. Okay. And of course, the clawbacks, all this makes sense. While you get luxury location, public pricing, and then of course just the right amount of variation.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all the previous, I mean, they already have announced quite a few of the prime developments. But in terms of location, right, this so far is really the pinnacle of luxury.
Yes,
Because
the location is
you are literally right next to all the luxury condos there.
reflections
Yeah, Pavilion lah, the
real-
category.
and coral.
Yes, so these guys pay $4 and you are buying a home right next to them
Yeah.
at such a subsidized rate. So, what is important is you basically will not make a quick profit out of this. I mean, it's very clear what the government's objective is. But in terms of lifestyle, you're gonna get $1 million view, really $1 million view.
And it's very high up along the
It's basically tiered up lah, what the level stories, right? And then basically it's something that you get private housing with the lifestyle of, public housing with the lifestyle of private.
because you compare the top numbers like 780,000. Can you buy any tomorrow? Right? Not even close. Okay. So of course I can really hear comments coming. Hey, 10 years cannot sell. Got clawback. Is it gonna worth it?
Yeah, bro.
So is it gonna worth it?
Still got saving leh. Still got saving leh.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel that right now is going to be, this is the time that really, we feel that this is really striking a balance out there. What the government wants.
Yeah, I think this is going to set a new standard, the benchmark for all the public housing moving forward, right? So I think that's all we have today.
For Berlayar,
I hope we gave everyone a small insight into what this is all about, especially with the the Prime Plus and Standard framework, and the impact it has on you when you move forward in the next 10 years. So if you enjoyed the episode, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Would you actually buy Berlayar Residences, or will you actually put your money elsewhere and keep your options open?
I'm going to predict the comment section is going to be like, wow.
I find you, good lah, then the other side,
There will be two camps. Okay.
So it's a yes or no only lah.
Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one.
See you.